Benjamin Netanyahu has urged the Palestinian leader Mahmoud Abbas to hold talks to calm the recent surge of violence. The Palestinians have previously said they won't talk until Israel stops building settlements on Palestinian land. Well, some civil society groups in neighbouring Jordan have called for a day of rage today to show their solidarity with Palestinians. Our chief international correspondent Lyse Doucet is in Jerusalem at Damascus Gate. And Lyse, we have seen violence steadily getting worse, and indeed the rhetoric. Now, I know you were at this press conference yesterday that the Israeli Prime Minister gave. What did he say then?
It was quite extraordinary. It wasn't just a press conference, it was a full-blown briefing with not just the Prime Minister, but his chief foreign policy advisor, his chief police spokesperson, the head of the main hospital here, also the main security advisor. They came to give a message that all this violence caused by the Palestinians, he said, was being incited by Palestinian leaders, and that Israel was going to respond with force. And we can see that force all around me here in East Jerusalem. It's been flooded with Israeli troops and Israeli police. But many are saying there needs to be a political solution. So when I got a chance to ask the Prime Minister a question at this press conference, here was what I said to him.
Mr. Prime Minister, Lyse Doucet to the BBC, you said you're open to international intervention. We understand Secretary of State John Kerry will come here. He's likely to say that, Mr. Prime Minister, at some point you should go back to the negotiating table. What will you say to him? And if you don't believe negotiations are the way forward, what is the way out?
He's going to call on me for resuming negotiations? I've been calling. Are we living in the same planet, Liz? I've been calling day in, day out, in every forum, in the United Nations, in the U.S. Congress, in Israel, in Jerusalem, in Tel Aviv. I haven't done so in Nepal because I haven't visited it. I've called on President Abbas to resume unconditional negotiations immediately. Right now, as we speak, we can meet. I have no problem with that. I think we should stop immediately this wave of incitement against Israel and these attacks, murderous attacks against Jews. The point of my statement is simple. I'm willing to meet him. He's not willing to meet me. And you ask me about the resumption of negotiations? Come on, get with the program. These people don't want negotiations and they're inciting for violence. Direct your questions to them.
And the programme for an indignant Prime Minister is that the Palestinians have to stop what he says is incitement, what the Palestinians say is a boiling over of frustration. There was this similar rage last year. What ended it was a high-level summit in this region, intervention by regional leaders. And there's talk now not just of John Kerry coming to the region, but a meeting with also the King of Jordan to try to bring these tensions down and try to get them back, if ever, to that elusive negotiating table.
Lyse Doucet in East Jerusalem this morning. It's time.